Welcome to PTV News. I'm Alexis Peters.
And I'm Sienna Garraway. This past Sunday, LIU Post welcomed first-year and transfer students to meet fellow classmates and take a closer look at everything LIU Post has to offer. Here's Ashley Ivino with more on Admitted Students Day.
I'm here today at LIU Post Admitted Students Day 2015. Today gives freshmen and transfer students a chance to view the campus, register for classes, and interact with campus life.
Our biggest plan today is to encourage the admitted students that have been accepted already to try to push them to come to Post and show them more about campus, get them more educated, because right now they pretty much have just an acceptance letter. We want to show them how campus life is, how the buildings work, where everything is located, all the different activities we have on campus, explain the programs. So we really want to show people how much Post can do for you.
Sure. And today we have Admitted Students Day, and that's all the students who have been accepted to the university, and actually we're getting ready to try and sign them on and apply to classes here.
For the first time, admitted students were able to create their schedules for the fall semester on-site in the library. Students were also able to attend the Pioneer Nation Party on the quad lawn.
The Pioneer Nation Party is going to be on the lawn in between Con, Humanities, and the Theater, Film, and Dance building. I know there's like bungee jumping and rock climbing, and I think it's just supposed to get students pumped up and get creative and stuff, since that's a pretty creative area for the academic buildings.
Inside Hillwood Commons, admitted students and their families were able to sign up for campus tours. They were also able to speak with campus life and athletics at the Student Services and Academic Fair.
We're just here today to spread the word about Pioneer Nation and let people know that they do have an ability to walk on to some of our athletic programs at the D2 level and, really wear the green and gold throughout their college career and be able to pair something that they're passionate about, like athletics, with their academic career.
It's a great opportunity for all the admitted students to come out and really get to feel and know the campus life experience here at LIU Post.
It's really nice, a nice campus, everyone's friendly. I don't know, just a beautiful school, beautiful, everyone's just down to earth.
I like it a lot. It looks like there's a lot of fun activities going on. Students are super friendly, felt very welcome in this kind of environment. The tours were super informative, told me about the fraternities and the clubs and all the sports I could be involved in, so it's very, very helpful.
In the Tillis Center, students and their families were able to grab some lunch and have fun at the photo booth.
So basically we're giving students the opportunity to register, pay their tuition or their housing right here, as opposed to having to go to the other buildings on campus. They can also register for orientation while they're here during the summer. So it's basically one-stop shop.
I think it's really exciting. I think there's a lot going on, and I'm very excited to attend here.
For PTV News, I'm Ashley Ivino.
I heard it was a good turnout this year.
Yeah, I saw a lot of new faces and they have free ice cream.
With school coming to an end, internships are at high demand. The biology department announced that this summer they will be hosting its 4th internship program for undergraduate research. Here's Michelle Morey with further information.
LIU Post offers many great opportunities for its students, one of which is the summer research internship program for the biology department. It allows students to be paired up with a mentor in the science department to do summer research. It offers a stipend and free living.
The summer research internship program at LIU is a program we've run now for several years. It basically provides students with on-campus housing if needed. It pays a stipend so that the students can dedicate themselves to working in the lab. It's a 10-week program. Each student is paired with a faculty mentor. There's several departments that participate. So far, the majority of the participants have been in biology, but there's also the possibility to do research in other areas. The program is 10 weeks long, and the students are required to give regular presentations. We have meetings once a week or so, and then at the end of the program there is a formal presentation that's open to everyone.
I applied to the summer research program. I was interested in doing research with Dr. McConian. She works with microbiology research. I know the program offers scholarship for students to do research over the summer. So I was just curious. I went up to Dr. Maconian with an idea I had, and she listened to me, and she welcomed my idea, and hoping that she could get things together for me this summer and see how things work out for me.
2 years ago, a couple of my friends did the summer research program where they worked with Dr. Droud, who doesn't, he's not here anymore, but they did research with diamondback terrapins at Center Island Beach, and they had a really good time.
I've worked with the program for the past 3 years. And in the past, I've had 3 different undergraduate students that have worked with me.
Sometimes we pick one student per mentor, other times a mentor will take 2 students. What it really is going to be based on is, as I said before, the suitability of the mentoring pairs.
To apply, go to liu.edu. In the search bar, type in Summer Internships, and on the first tab, you will see Summer Internship. Click on that, and you can click the application, and you could download it from there and print it out and hand it in to the science department. Although the deadline has already passed for the summer research program, students should still look into it for next year and get close to the mentors that are in it this year.
Wow, that's a great opportunity for bio majors.
Yeah, and $3,000 plus free housing, that can go a long way.
Yes.
According to Center for Disease Control and Prevention, about half of the 20 million STD cases are in young people ages 15 to 24. The LIU Post Nursing Department will be meeting in Hillwood Commons to inform students on STD prevention. NIE Rendon has more.
STDs have been an ongoing issue throughout universities. Today, students from the nursing department held an informational meeting to let us know more about the issue.
Well, we're talking about what STDs are, what to do if you get an STD, as far as over here, if you want to look about getting checked, getting treated, ways to take control of your sex life, to prevent STDs. As far as abstinence, there's vaccines available, monogamy, reducing your sexual partners, condoms.
The board just shows a lot, it just gives a lot of information, general information about the specific diseases and prevention, things like that. A lot of people, might know things, but I think that the more info that you have, the more well off that you are prepared for any situation.
I spoke to some LIU Post students about what they thought about STD prevention.
I actually feel like I know nothing about it because no one ever talks about it. So there's no way to hear anything about it. The only time I learned about it was in middle school, I think, or 8th grade, and that's when they told me about it. But I didn't pay attention. I don't know anything. I don't know. I know nothing. And people maybe people talked about it more, not necessarily if someone has it, but just there needs to be more awareness about it because it's so common.
I felt like I was informed more in high school, but when I got to college, it sort of dropped off a little bit.
I think overall students know what an STD is, but I also feel that to continuously send the message to them about prevention is super important, because I think they get caught up in life and school, and when they're in the moment, they don't really think about it. So I think anything to help prevent that, or just continue to educate them about ways in which to prevent it, is important.
1 in 4 college students have an STD.
We actually have some condoms here for the guys, and we have some female condoms. If anybody wants to know what those are, we have some dental dams. That's something that instructions are on the back.
Check out the nursing department stand today in Hillwood for some free condoms, candy, and more about what you can do about STD prevention.
I'm glad they're bringing STD prevention awareness to our campus.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of people go.
Yeah.
Relay for Life brought out 600 students and faculty last Friday here at LIU Post. See the event and how much money they raised when we come back.
So I told him how I felt, and it felt like he just rejected me because he didn't really say anything back. So everything just got really awkward. Do you have any pieces of advice? Are you paying attention? Mm-hmm. You sure? Should we go jump off a cliff? I slept with your boyfriend.
But first, let me take a selfie.
Relay for Life was held on campus Friday, April 17th. With many students and staff participation, they were able to make a generous donation to cancer research. Here's Caroline Onstrud with a recap of this event.
After last year's success, Relay for Life was once again held at LIU Post.
Relay for Life is a 12-hour event. It's really the culmination of a year of hard work of raising money for the American Cancer Society. It starts in September and it goes all the way through April until we hold the event.
It goes from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. The whole point of the event is so that one person is constantly walking on the track or wherever the event is, and that's because we walk all night because cancer never sleeps.
Cancer is an issue that affects all of us, and Relay for Life is all about bringing communities together to fight back.
Relay for Life is a great event for you not only to get involved, but really give back to the community.
Predominantly it's meant to raise money for cancer research, but it's also to raise awareness too for cancer survivors and those who are still fighting and those we've lost. So
I think it's an amazing event because it really adds to the research against fighting cancer, and brings the whole community together.
I think it's a really great way to bring the student community together, especially for such a great cause. It shows a lot of unity within the school. So.
And it's awesome. It's good to see so many people coming together for a good cause and having fun doing it.
So exactly why do students relay?
I relay because I have a lot of people in my life who have fought and beaten cancer, and also at my high school, it's the largest on Long Island, so it's a big deal when that comes around every year.
For my aunt and uncle and friends of mine that have had cancer.
I relay because it's for a good cause and to potentially help save lives in the future.
This was the second annual relay at LIU Post, and Campus Life already has their goals set for next year.
I think that if we can get more students involved next year, that's always the goal. This year we have hopefully about 500-600 people it looks here, and if we can get more next year, that's even better. We're always trying to improve the event. So if we raised $50,000 last year, we want to raise $60,000 this year. We want it to keep growing. So if you didn't get involved and try again, and do it next year, and it can only get better from here on out.
By the end of the night, LIU Post raised almost $53,000 for the American Cancer Society. For PTV News, I'm Caroline Onsrud.
Yeah, so I actually went to Relay for Life. It was great.
Yeah, I wish I would have went to help and support the cause. A select few art students had the honor to have their master's thesis featured in the Steinberg Art Museum located in Hillwood Commons. The Student Thesis 1 is a series of artistic portraits of various faces. Here's Casey Connors to tell you about some of the highlights.
At the Steinberg Museum of Fine Art, master's student Santana Copeland was able to capture more than just a picture.
The title of the series is called One. Further, I just started to take shots, portraits. There's an evolution of just initially just focusing on patches of skin, and then that kind of evolved into the kind of cropped face. Curious on how people identified themselves and how they saw themselves in the world, and also how they've been identified by other people. So when they came in for their portrait, I had a four-question questionnaire. It's basically how do you yourself, how does that see yourself, and how do you describe your skin tone, and how other people describe your skin tone. And even in the questionnaire themselves, you can see people changing their minds, changing their questions, crossing things out, really kind of thinking about how they see themselves in this world.
Skin color is something that we don't often talk about, but skin color is more than just black and white.
One person responded as they see their skin color as olive. And when kind of drilling that conversation, that's the first thing that comes into her mind is olive. No, I'm sorry, it's not olive, it's green. So she's like, I feel like I'm green.
What color would you say your skin is?
Olive. I mean, when people say, oh, what's your skin? I'm like an olive skin tone.
I would say I'm white. Caucasian white, yeah.
We don't really delve into skin color. We talk about race and stuff, but we don't talk about skin color. No, black and white, they're just two big umbrellas. Under black, you have people of different nationalities, different languages, and so forth. And the same thing with white.
I'm from Dominican Republic, and one time I read an article, and it was a picture of maybe like 10 different Dominican girls, and how although they are all the same heritage and they all come from the same country, they all look so different.
I'm not like fair-skinned, I'm not dark-skinned. I'm the average white guy skin tone.
So the piece the project is called One, and all the individual pieces are called One, and that's by design because I actually want people to really kind of get into the nitty gritty of it. If I have several pieces with the same title, that kind of forces them to really go into detail. Okay, so which one are you talking about? So now they have to describe.
I think that he's trying to show everyone, hey, we're all different, but we're all the same.
So in our spring 2015 exhibition, there's a wide variety of excellent artwork, and Santana Copeland's work is a work that really handles issues of race and ethnicity in our 21st century environment. And I think it's particularly relates to current events because New York City has just made a decision that they're going to allow people to select more than one ethnicity on their official forms. So rather than being a biracial person who has to select black or white, you can select, I think it's up to 3 ethnicities.
You can come view One anytime until commencement day at the Steinberg Museum of Art located in Hillwood. I'm Casey Connors, PTV News.
JobNet is a program that helps students look for potential jobs and internships, but in the summer it will no longer be available. Here's Petula Anagostakos with the story.
JobNet is a program that LAU Post students can use to submit their resume online to look for internships and jobs. But at the end of the summer, JobNet will no longer be available to students. Find out more about JobNet now and submit your resume as soon as possible.
Well, JobNet is one of those things that students can use here at LIU Post to source job opportunities. It's LIU Post Job Bank. It's a way that as employer relations and through LIU Promise and academic advising that we communicate with students about job opportunities. There are other things that students can use too in the preparation to look for jobs and send their resumes out to those opportunities. We also have something called Optimal Resume, which is a resume template system, as well as a place where students can practice interviewing through a mock interview module there. And it has a couple other really cool functional modules there too, but those are 2 of the main ones. So JobNet's been around since 2007, probably one of the best kept secrets on campus. But any job that we know of will go onto that system, and there will be employers who come to us just automatically because they're looking for candidates and they want entry-level hires or experienced hires, depending on whether they're looking at graduate students or not. And one of the best places to go for that are universities. So we're on their list to do that. We also try to source as well. So if I know of a company, I'll try to go out and see if they have opportunities. I will also convert a job posting into a full-blown resume collection. So the folks who are on JobNet, they will receive emails from me, and I try to do my best to screen it out and let people, and only focus toward education or focus toward business or whatever or journalism, whatever the major is that they're looking for. To be able to collect resumes and get those to the employers. Many times they'll come to campus to do interviews. In fact, we have someone here today. Or they will call them into their own offices.
You can search JobNet for full-time, part-time, on-campus budget, work-study, and cooperative education and internship jobs.
It's actually all we've used to get employees. It's what we do. It's how we recruit students. And when the students receive an email about a job posting, they are actually required to go through JobNet in order to submit their resume and schedule an interview. The only thing is when students are prompted to sign up for JobNet, there's a little bit of a barrier for them. So sometimes it turns students away, but for the most part, it's worked decently. I can definitely see some improvements being made to help reach out to more students and get more students interested to apply to different jobs and stuff. But for the most part, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It collects the resumes, gets the students scheduled for an interview, gets us in touch with the students, and really organize the resumes for us. Moving forward, I could definitely see some upgrades happening, transitioning over to a different system. But yeah, I think the main thing is the process, which requires students to register on JobNet. That's really that one true barrier that we're trying to get rid of.
Well, I was looking for some jobs on campus, and I was referred by a counselor to give JobNet a shot, and through it I was able to find a job that I currently work in right now. I work upstairs in the student body.
So have you heard of JobNet before?
No, I haven't.
actually. I heard a little bit about it, but not really too much.
And why do you think you haven't heard about it?
I don't know. It is on. I know it's on campus. I just don't think that they publicize it enough. They could do a lot better job of publicizing many things, but especially JobNet. From what I heard, it's a really good program, though.
And is it something that you would use in the future?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very convenient.
I signed up for it freshman year, and I still get emails about it, but I haven't really checked out the actual website in a while.
And what do you think about JobNet?
It's pretty cool. It gives students, a little insight to jobs that are available on campus that they may not have known about.
The plan is to transition out of JobNet come this summer to bring a better and brighter version of a job bank to the students here at LIU Post. In fact, it will be a joint venture between LIU Post and LIU Brooklyn, which will expand the job postings for every student here at LIU. It will not only be a job bank, but it will also integrate a resume template system. It'll also integrate a mock interview module all in one place. Right now we have them in two separate places. And it'll also be connected to a national job bank as well. So it really does allow to expand the opportunities available to LIU Post students, especially those who might want to move out of state or even do an internship elsewhere.
So make sure you log on to your MyLIU account, sign up for JobNet, and submit your resume today.
Finding a job in today's market can be a challenging task. The LIU Promise Coaches are here to help graduating students get situated in their respective fields. We go now to Stephanie Rule with the details.
With graduation only a few weeks away, seniors are on the hunt for future jobs. Now the real question is, who's helping these seniors with their future careers?
The professors that we have over in the theater, they're really helpful and they have connections and everything. So, yeah.
My coaches helped me a little bit just to set me up with a couple companies to submit my resume to.
Your baseball coach, right?
Yes.
I got to meet with the LIU Post Promise coaches, and they told me about what they do to help students post-grad.
Okay, so a lot of things that we do at the Promise office are career related. So right now what we are doing is these Promise Power Lunches. We do the career success workshops, which include like resume building, internship, and looking for internships, and then also interview building. And then we also are holding a bunch of job fairs and internship fairs.
This is an opportunity for students to come down and ask about the types of opportunities that are available, but also try to network with employers. And that's the important part about career fairs that no one really kind of knows, is that your opportunity to come down and talk to someone, talk to a recruiter about who they are, about the other types of things they might have available that they may not have right now, and to figure out where you might fit into an organization, especially an organization that you might like or an industry that you like.
What are your thoughts on post-graduation, and how are you feeling towards jobs and careers?
I cannot wait to graduate so that way I can put all my focus on the job that I have now.
Plan is to live in Roz's house and then audition and write plays and all that other good stuff.
After graduation, I'm going to start applying for jobs and go from there.
We're working on making a lot of connections with employers. We work with him to get students connected with JobNet and move them from the I'm just going to school into the I'm actively seeking an employer or an internship, a specific position that they want. They're just needing help to kind of guide them into the right direction. So that's what we're doing here at the Promise office right now.
Graduation is May 8th, so if you haven't applied to any jobs yet, head on down to the Promise coaches and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. Or you can apply to JobNet and you can search online. For PTV News, I'm Stephanie Rule.
With graduation right around the corner, I really hope I can find a job.
Yeah, I had a couple of interviews. Hopefully one of them works out.
That's good. With the spring season coming to a close, students are already getting locked out of summer classes. Find out more when we come back.
Everyone enjoys a nice night out with some friends, but not everyone makes the right decisions about getting home safely.
Can I have a shot?
Dude, didn't you drive?
Yeah, but it's one drink.
Come on, let me make you a deal. Let me call you a cab and I'll buy you a shot. You're supposed to be the designated driver.
One out of 7 people will be a victim of a drunk driving accident. Calling a cab is cheaper than a DUI. Stay alive, don't drink and drive.
Now that we are at the end of the semester, here at LIU Post, people are looking to sign up for summer classes. Here's Tori Kramer with the story.
With the spring semester slowly coming to an end, a lot of students are looking into summer classes. Here are some courses that you can take. Summer sessions at LIU Post offer you an opportunity to earn 3 credits from 6 weeks. You can get ahead in your degree requirements or even graduate early. What summer classes have you taken here at LIU Post?
I've taken Earth Science.
And how was it?
It's horrible. That's why I'm a journalism major. I can't do math and science for my life.
Do you prefer taking summer classes over the spring and fall semester?
No, not at all. I'd rather be doing an internship or working than in a class during the summer.
Have you ever taken any summer classes here at LIU Post?
No, not yet actually, but I've been looking into it just because, we need 129 credits for my major, so we have to, catch up a little bit.
I would recommend it if you need to get credits, but it is very expensive, so keep that in mind. If you can fill out a visa form and take it somewhere else, do it.
Most students don't take the opportunity to look into summer classes, but a lot of kids have found it very beneficial. Have you ever taken any summer courses here at LIU Post?
I totally suggest people take summer courses because you get a lot less work and you're able to make up time that you might have lost. So for me, for instance, I took mine my freshman year before I even came to the school during the summer. So not only did I save a lot of money because I took it through a scholarship program that I had taken in high school, but before I even started my freshman day, I already had history out of the way. I took history in 3 and 4 over the summer back to back, and I was done in a month. So I really highly recommend people take summer programs because you can catch up on lost work and you can graduate early.
How is teaching summer classes opposed to teaching classes during the spring and the fall?
Well, I guess teaching summer classes, you have a lot less time to teach in. So classes usually are every day for 4 days or 3 days for an extended period of time, whether it's 2 hours or 3 hours. So you have less time to teach the same amount of stuff that you would do in, let's say, a fall or a spring semester.
For more information, you could talk to your local advisor or visit LIU Post's website. For PTV News, I'm Tori Kramer.
The NCAA Cheerleading Nationals were held in Daytona Beach, Florida, and for the first time in school history, the LIU Post cheerleading team competed in the tournament, and it was a huge success. Here's Michelle Maciello with the Inside Scoop.
For the first time ever, the LIU Post cheerleading team competed at the national championship level. The team competed at NCAA Nationals in Daytona Beach, Florida, this past April.
The entire season was really leading up until that point, and it was hard for the athletes to understand what it was that we were pushing them so hard for. So when they actually got there and got to experience the whole experience, it was really exciting for them.
The best part was watching people fall in love with cheerleading. I feel like everyone liked it before this, but after they experienced the experience that Daytona is, it was just a whole new world.
With NCAA Nationals, usually you take the trip down, whether you fly or drive.
It was not a good bus ride. With about 30 of us, it was a good experience. It was an experience, I can tell you that.
20-hour bus ride. It was a little rough.
You usually get in on Wednesday. That night, there's usually practices on the beach and on the fields.
Not only did the cheerleaders practice once they arrived in Florida, but they had also put in a lot of effort ahead of time to prepare for this nationwide competition.
2-a-days, work weeks, and practice every night. Practice is being called by the team themselves instead of us calling it. It was definitely a lot of hard work, sweat, and definitely some tears put into that.
We had 7 a.m. practices every single day. We missed our Easter, didn't have a spring break because we were practicing all the time.
Practice every day for however many hours is really helpful.
And then the next morning starts the first competition, which is usually the prelim competition on Thursday.
I think getting to compete and having the experience with our team, it was really cool, like warming up and competing outside. That was awesome.
Performing for the first time outside. I've never competed nationally, so being there was like such a great energy.
From there, usually the divisions get broken down into who's going to make it to finals on Friday.
I think we did well considering it was our first time, but I think we could have done a lot better. We tried our all, and that's what counts, really.
Overall, I think that it was a little bit rough. Nerves definitely took the best of everyone. Comparing what other people in the division did to what we did, we definitely stand out and definitely perform a lot harder skills than most other teams do. So I think that this year is a set foundation, and next year we'll grow from it.
Friday night, we get to have a little bit of fun because you're done with competition.
Being on the beach with all my teammates, because they're awesome. Rooming with them, having like crazy sleepovers every single night.
I could say it brought the team together,
closer.
They had tons of fun, and I think that they had a new understanding of cheerleading.
Definitely a fun trip to watch the girls go through.
The cheerleading program here at LAU Post has big plans to grow and prosper. Tryouts are being held at the end of May. This is Michelle Masiello for PTV News.
That must have been a really nice trip to Daytona, Florida.
Yeah, and they finished 6th place.
That's good.
About 1 in 5 Americans suffer from some kind of allergy, and as the trees and flowers start blooming, people are preparing to battle the dreaded allergy season. Here is Nick Morgeson with more.
The warm weather has finally arrived, and that means only one thing: spring allergies. Are you one of the seasonal allergy sufferers? I went out to the street to find out.
I have itchy, dry eyes, and runny nose, and I get a tickle in my throat. I try not to take allergy medicine, so I take oregano oil and quercetin and bromelain. You can get them both at Vitamin Shop or Vitamin World.
Seasonal allergies have a lot to do with your immune system. Allergies are a hypersensitivity of your immune system. So your body sees things as being abnormal and starts a whole inflammatory response. As a chiropractor, what we do is we try to take inflammation and stress off the nervous system so that your body can work better, and communication of your brain will possibly see these allergens as normal instead of something to attack. What I do is generally what I do with any patient, I just look for the areas of what we call subluxation in the body, which are impingements or a little bit of stress on the nervous system. And I remove it by putting all the bones back in alignment, teaching the body how to hold it, and taking stress off the muscles and the irritated nerves. Well, generally what I do is if anybody is in more of a stressful situation, whether it be holidays or seasonal allergies, I generally tell people to maybe increase the amount of times they come in to see me to kind of give their immune system a little bit of a boost. I will generally tell people you might want to take certain supplements, but if that doesn't work, then I tell them to talk to their general practitioner. They might need some medication.
Basically everything. Got pollen, ragweed, stuff like hay fever. A lot of trees. Basically, over the spring and summer, I'm nothing short of a mess. Since birth, because I've had a lot of horrible allergies growing up, and they definitely haven't gone away. So it's really just been, throughout my life, always had really bad allergies. You just take a lot of medicine, like I take, if I'm really sick, I take Benadryl, so try to knock me out, get a nice sleep. But for during the day, usually, growing up, I always took Zyrtec. And nowadays, last couple years, I've taken a Singular. It's been prescribed to me. Really, try anything, because usually my allergies will be so bad, I'll just go through a couple boxes of Kleenex like it's nothing. And if that doesn't work eventually, and having tea or anything, then I just crawl in bed and feel like I'm dying. Excuse me. Just I feel like I'm in a fog all day mentally. Just be very drowsy. Feel like I'm dying and just want to just go to sleep and do absolutely nothing.
My nose really acts up. I'm allergic to pollen and all that stuff, so anything outside, it doesn't really agree with me. I used to use Nasonex and all that stuff. I don't use it anymore, but my allergies have gotten kind of better, but I wake up every morning and usually have to blow my nose a few times before I can actually function. Used to do Nasonex at night and in the morning before school. I don't really do it anymore, because my allergies have gotten better, but I still just blow my nose every now and then.
It doesn't matter how young or how old you are. Seasonal allergies can affect anyone, even people who have not suffered from allergies before in their lifetime.
Normally, we'll see probably about at least 5 to 10 patients a week who come in just with allergy symptoms this time of year. Usually, springtime allergies, we'll see itchy eyes, watery eyes, sneezing, runny nose, sinus congestion. People will have a postnasal drip. Sometimes they'll have a cough. And if it's severe, some people actually feel tired and their eyelids can get puffy. The first thing we try to do is avoid some of the pollen, tree, grass, and triggers for allergies. Now that's difficult, but a lot of times if the weather is right, we keep the windows closed. Air conditioning, certain filters will minimize the exposure. And then If you're outside and you're exposed to these allergens, as soon as you get home, it's best to wash your hands and face and even remove the clothes that you had on while you were outside. With that, most people still don't get perfect relief, so then we have to give medications. The most common medications used are called antihistamines. They have ones that are non-sedating that don't make you drowsy, so you can take them in the morning. Most of those are over the counter, although there are some prescription strength ones. In addition to that, we can prescribe allergy eye drops, and there's also nasal sprays that are usually steroid nasal sprays that minimize the sinus inflammation. Usually it's a good idea if you stay well hydrated. The second thing is if people know they have seasonal allergies and they're severe enough, most allergists will recommend starting the allergy medications like the antihistamines 1 week or so before the allergy season actually starts, because sometimes that helps. Once the body starts the process of inflammation that comes with allergies, it's harder to treat that than it is to actually start the medication beforehand. And then obviously if you know you're allergic to certain things like pollens and grasses, I tell my patients to try and minimize the times that they're outside and in those environments. If all else fails, then normally I will refer my patients to an allergist. And if they've been taking these over-the-counter or prescription medications, the only other therapy that they have for allergies is what's called immunotherapy, or allergy shots as most people know them. And that's a weekly process where they have to go in and get injections once a week to the substances that they're allergic to. One new thing that's sort of available now and is making strides is oral allergy immunotherapy, where they don't have to get shots every week, they just have to take a little pill. That's been used in Europe for a number of years with great success, and it's just recently, over the last few years, made strides in the United States. So hopefully in the future that will be a better way to get your allergy immunotherapy than have to go to the allergist every week to get shots. Certainly for kids, it'll be a lot better.
1 out of every 3 people suffer from chronic allergy-like symptoms. Over $14 billion is spent annually on allergies in the U.S. For PTV News, I'm Nick Morgeson.
Thank you all for joining us for this semester's last newscast. For PTV News, I'm Alexis Peters.
And I'm Sienna Garraway. See you next time.